Welcome back to Getting to Know the One. This is the second part of episode 24. Let's get right back to the questions. Yes. If you could meet any wrestler, living or dead, who would it be and why? Oh, wow. I guess if I have to pick, I'm going to pick two off the top of my head. I'm going to say The Undertaker. I mean, who wouldn't want to meet the Phenom? He is a legend in the sport. Anyone that says different is denying how long the Undertaker's been able to stay in WWE and how much of a success his career has had. And also, if I had to pick one other, I would have to say the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Like Undertaker, he is a legend. Pure and simple, Heartbreak Kid is a bona fide legend in the sport. When people think of some of the greatest WrestleMania matches of all time, a lot of them think about Shawn Michaels because he does his very best to give us WrestleMania moments at each and every WrestleMania he competes at. So that's my answer. Who do you feel is underrated or underused to their full potential in wrestling? Oh, wow. This could go on for a long time, but a couple of talents. I'll just stick with WWE at this time. I mean, I could go with TNA. I could go with Ring of Honor. I could go with other indie companies, but I'll just stick to WWE at this time. Shelton Benjamin. He is on the main event cusp. I really feel like he has been for a few years. Just hasn't broken through that glass ceiling yet. And Charlie Haas is totally underused. He's one of the best amateur wrestlers WWE has on their roster today. He hasn't really been used lately. I think he's one of the most underused wrestlers in the WWE today. Do you think John Cena's AWA look-alike t-shirt is disrespectful to that organization and the past? No, because if you think about it, people have always made different merchandise from different logos over time, so I don't feel like it is, but at the same time, for those that were fans of the AWA, I could see how it might be, but personally, I don't think it is. They just make merchandise with it, and it was a smart merchandise strategic move, and WWE does own the rights to the original AWA, so, I mean, they have the rights to use the logo. What are some of your favorite places to hang out? I don't really have a whole lot of favorite places to hang out. I just like hanging out with my friends. Pure and simple. What gave you the idea for the show, Getting to Know the One? And then before I answer the question, it says, thanks, Max Frost. Well, thank you, Max Frost, for sending your questions. Where did I get the idea? Back around, I'm going to say towards the end of January, February of 2009, so not too long, almost a year ago, I'd been cutting promos for DUI. I wanted to expand more and do more promos than what I was already doing, so I talked to, this is a true story. If I'm forgetting anything, the people that are a part of the story will remind me, I'm sure. So I talked to Game and Doc and a couple other people. I was like, what do you guys think if I do a show called Getting to Know the One? And they, this is not kayfabe, of course, right now. And they agreed to it. They thought it was a good idea. And of course, in those days, I used to do the endorsement for Lethal Injection, saying the number, everything like that for different merchandise. I did different merchandise plugs. If you check the early shows, you'll see that. And that's how Getting to Know the One got started. If I forgot anybody with how that show started, remind me and I'll correct myself later. So here we go. Dear the One, how are you? I am fine now that my turgid direction finally went down after 4 weeks. Oh my. Wow, having a constantly stiff cock is not all it's cracked up to be, except when I was plowing Yanta's crack both front and back. Uh-oh. My questions today are of more spiritual and cosmic nature. Uh-oh. I await your answers with glee. Your friend who does what he wants to deep inside and on the face of Yanta, Dwayne of the Dead, God Emperor, and F-Buddy of that big-jawed YouTube star of the DUI. On to the questions. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I honestly have never known the answer to that. If a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? I always get confused by that one too. I'm pretty sure it does, but I always get confused by that. If a bear shits in the woods after consuming a swarthy park ranger, will that same pile of shit still have the smell of high karate? Probably. I'm not sure. Finally, would you please explain the following Zen Kan to us, as we all know that you are a spiritual master. It goes as follows. A monk asked Tozan, how can we escape the cold and heat? Tozan replied, why not go where there is no cold and heat? Is there such a place? The monk asked. Tozan commented, when cold be thoroughly cold, when hot be hot through and through. I don't know. I honestly don't know how to explain that. I really don't. Wow. Yeah. Hi, Juan. If you were a milkshake, what flavor would you be? Would you let Leo drink you? Second question. Hell no. First one. Chocolate. Oh, and it's from Mr. Peabody. Dear Juan, I heard you're buying my shoulder pads on eBay in February. Love, Damien. Love, DD. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Hey, Juan, do you wear sunglasses after dark? Sincerely, I am not. I swear I'm not a vampire. No. Then I wouldn't be able to see. Duh. Oh my goodness, some people, I swear, it gets ridiculous. Dear One, have you ever slept in a bed that eats? If you're alive to tell us about it, you must have slayed that demon Ben. Yes, no, are you a one impersonator standing in for the real one from your favorite bedwetter? If you still do that, that's disgusting. And there is no bed that eats people that is real. It's make-believe. Dear One, I am here to inform you that you owe $5,000 to Mr. Damien Demento in form of payment of his shoulder pads. Pay immediately or I'll repossess everything you own. From your friendly neighborhood repo man. I owe no one no money, and yeah, as for your little threat, yeah, I'd love to see you try, but I'm going to save the last questions I have for the third part of the show, so please stay tuned to Getting to Know the One.